Hi everyone, welcome to the Pinterest Times Stylist webinar. Thank you for tuning in today. Over the next 30 minutes or so, we'll be teaching you how to utilize Pinterest for your business, to inspire a new audience with your brand, and to get your products in front of new potential customers. Following along with the steps in this webinar will set you and your shop up for success on Pinterest. And it will also give you the chance to be featured on the Pinterest Times Stylist digital pop-up shop that's launching soon. So welcome. We're thrilled to host you today, and we hope that you're ready to inspire millions of pinners, that's what we call our users, with your amazing business. So we're your hosts today. My name's Michelle Pinchard, and I head up growth and partnerships for Pinterest across English-speaking countries based in London. This slide is a bunch of favourite current pins that I recently found on Pinterest. Just to give you a little taster, I'm always looking for colourful outfits to style. I recently moved house, so I'm crushing over these unusual plants to make my new space cosy. And I'm a reluctant chef, so there's a couple of easy recipes that I'm trying during lockdown. And I also like pink, in case you couldn't tell from this collection. In a moment, I'll be teaching you about how shopping on Pinterest inspires pinners early on in their decision-making funnel. And throughout this talk, you can submit questions in the chat box on the right-hand side of the screen. Next up, I'll hand over to my colleague Maud, and she'll take you through the next steps. Thank you.
Hi everyone, so I'm Maud. I'm the strategic partner specialist for the English-speaking countries. And on this slide, you can see some pins that will make you learn a bit more about myself. So obviously, I'm a huge fan of sugar. I really love pancakes, desserts, everything sweet. I'm a huge fan of ukulele as well, and I can't stop buying earrings. And I always carry France or Paris boards with me because I think you've all guessed so far, but I'm French. So that's me. And just going to take you through the agenda for today. So we'll first talk about why Pinterest, why you should be on Pinterest, and why it's beneficial for your business. And then Mish will tell you more about how Pinterest can bring an inspired shopping experience for pinners. And then I'll explain you all the tools you would need to have to bring your Pinterest shop on the platform and bring that super shopping experience for the pinners. And finally, we'll go through some very frequently asked questions. So first of all, why Pinterest? I'm going to play a video now where you can see from a pinner perspective how they are using Pinterest and what mindset they are in when browsing for content and inspiration to do things they love.
Pinterest is where people discover ideas for their lives. Here's how it works. This is Ava. She lives in Manchester. Ava loves travel, photography, cooking, and fashion. This is a pin. Pins are most commonly viewed in Ava's home feed, or when she searches for ideas using keywords. The more pins she saves, the more personalized her experience becomes. Ava organizes saved pins into groups called boards. Lately, she's been saving a lot of fashion ideas to revamp her wardrobe. But this pin isn't just some picture, it's an ad from Heist Studios that links directly to their website, where she can find the perfect shapewear. Personalized inspiration, where you can take action on the ideas you discover. Okay, those are the very basics, but there's so much more. More formats, like video and carousel. More cases, from tattoo inspiration to party ideas. And more ways to discover, like searching, with visuals. Hundreds of millions of people use Pinterest to find inspiration to create a life they love. No matter what kind of business you're in, your audience is waiting to be inspired. That's the power of Pinterest.
So as you can see, our mission at Pinterest is to bring everyone the inspiration to create a life they love. And everything we do at the company really stems from that mission. And I really like to see Pinterest as the world inspiration company. Next slide, please. So 367 million people from all over the world come to Pinterest every month to discover new ideas and plan for future projects. Globally, we have billions of pins saved and billions of boards created every day. And more specific to the UK, we have 11 million monthly unique visitors coming to Pinterest every month. And the reason why your business would really need to consider Pinterest now is that our engagement has never been that high. In the recent weeks, we've seen exponential growth on Pinterest, on our pinners' activity, but also on our pinners' user base, especially because our pinners had to adjust and change their lives to fit this new normal and this lockdown. Pinners have been using Pinterest as a source of help and inspiration to help them get through these challenging times. And now they are in a recovery and rebound mode. They are starting to plan and have a future mindset. And more important than how many people come to Pinterest for is why they come to Pinterest and what they are searching for every day. And that could be for multiple reasons. So first, they could come for everyday things like what should I eat tonight or what should I wear tomorrow? But they can also come for more seasonal moments like Halloween or Christmas, or also if they want to start the new year on the right foot, or for more life moments like moving homes, having a new baby, or getting married, for example. So what really unites all pinners together is the planning mindset that they bring to the platform. We really like to see pinners as planners. So when they come on Pinterest, they really come to find inspiration to plan their future projects, while on other social media like Facebook or Instagram, for example, they'll be taking pictures and posting to recall a past event or celebrate and highlight a moment in the present. And this presents a significant opportunity for your brand because brands will be enabling future actions for pinners. And as they come with this planning mindset, pinners really come undecided on the platform. They know they want to do something or buy something, for example, but they don't know exactly what. And so we see that 97% of top searches on Pinterest are unbranded. And even more specific, most of the word queries are between 1 and 3 words because searches on Pinterest tend to be very broad, like spring outfit ideas. And so your brand will be there to help them take that decision and help them find this exact thing they were looking for at the beginning. And something really striking is that we see that 83% of weekly pinners have made a purchase based on content they saw from brands on Pinterest. So your brand is really welcome here. I'm now going to head over to Mish, who will talk you more about how to bring that inspired shopping experience on Pinterest.
Great, thank you, Maud. So on Pinterest, brands don't interrupt, they inspire. In a world today where some businesses are naturally online only, and some have been forced to be online due to the current situation, digital is an important partner to the store experience and is no longer limited just to the add to cart role of the past. In this section, we'll focus on how Pinterest is a core component for shopping today and how to build that great shopping journey for your pinners. So if you know exactly what you want, you can get it online with one click, sure, super easy. But what about if you aren't sure exactly what you want? Pinterest is a demand generation platform. So we want to capture the pinners at the beginning of the journey and reconnect with them throughout the journey until they purchase the product from you that they need. But if you don't know what you're looking for, what do? You look for inspiration. On Pinterest, pinners are looking for ideas. As Maud said, close to 100% of searches on Pinterest are unbranded. They're really broad, so people are looking more broadly for that inspiration, which is exactly where your products come in at a key and influential moment on Pinterest. Today's path to purchase includes even more touch points than ever before. So while the transaction is of course still important, there's a new emphasis on creating experiences that inspire consumers. Providing those sparks of inspiration that lead to a feeling of desire and an interest in exploring possibilities will ultimately create new purchase behaviours. So you have the chance to inspire shoppers in that first touch point and drive interest as they move throughout the purchase funnel. Our goal with shopping on Pinterest is to create a more seamless shopping experience on our platform and pair your brand with people who will love your products. Pinners are at the core of everything we do. We bring more value to our pinners and connect them with the products that they need right now when they're looking for them. Our shopping strategy rests on 3 pillars. That's visual discovery, taste-based personalization, and shoppable products. So it's a strategy that's visual, so you can see what's out there before you know exactly what you want. It's one that's personalized to pinners' individual tastes, and it's one that's actionable when you're ready to buy. Inspired shopping on Pinterest is visual. On Pinterest, if you see it, you can shop it. We're making visual product discovery even better, so pinners have a chance of finding you. In the video Maud showed earlier, you'll have seen that you can zoom in on a particular aspect of an inspirational image to find similar products like it to shop, as shown in this picture here. Visual discovery means our platform is visual, and that means that we help pinners navigate through many of the search results and refine ideas based on what they see, rather than what they can put into words and just search. And inspired shopping on Pinterest is about taste-based personalization. And we take pinners' tastes into consideration when serving your content, meaning that if I search for shoes and another pinner searches for shoes, we'll both get very different results because we have very different tastes. And as you can see here, 84% of pinners say that Pinterest provides them with content that matches their taste. And it's something that the system learns over time as our users are clicking on your content. Inspired shopping on Pinterest is actionable. When you see something on Pinterest you'd like to own, you should be able to buy it, or something just like it that matches your unique style. That's our vision for shopping with Pinterest. We're making continuous improvements to our shopping formats. They're easier to use, and so your products appear in even more places on Pinterest. That means it's easier for pinners to pivot from inspiration to shopping, from browsing to buying, and it's even easier for them to decide. Lastly, the introduction of shoppable products means that pinners can click directly to a product page on your website and purchase the thing that they love. Now I'll hand back to Maud to guide you through the setup of how to get your shop and your products on Pinterest. So notebooks at the ready.
Thank you, Mish. So as Mish mentioned, we're now going to really dive into what tools you would need to have on Pinterest and what tools you would need to use to make sure that you can build your Pinterest shop on the platform. So on Pinterest, we created a full suite of shopping solutions for your business. And shopping starts with catalogs. So next slide, please. So shopping starts with catalogs. Catalogs is actually a feed ingestion tool that will turn your entire product catalog into product pins all at once. So thanks to catalogs, you will be able to mass generate product pins at scale all at once that will serve organically. And then you will also be able to organize product groups by product category, for example, or by product type. So we'll see that a bit later. And now I'm going to take you through 3 steps of how to use catalogs and how to ingest your feed. So the first step is the pre-processing preparation, because there are some things that you will need to have prior to using catalogs on Pinterest. The first thing you'll need to make sure of is that you have a business profile, which is very easy to set up and free to set up as well. And you will also need to make sure that you have a claimed website, which is also easy to do through your Pinterest settings. Then, if you want to track what key shopping event types are coming from Pinterest, you can implement the Pinterest tag on your website and track, for example, the page visits, the add to carts, or the checkouts, for example. And then you will be ready to start preparing your data source, which is your product feed. And the second step, when you have this data source ready, is to ingest your product feed through catalogs. Next slide, please. So once you have your data source ready and you have ingested it through catalogs, it will take 7 hours to be ingested the first times. And so after 7 hours, you will be able to see each line, each product of your feed converted into a product pin. Next slide, please. And so to ingest your product feed into the catalog tool of Pinterest, you would just need to copy-paste the URL of your product feed into catalogs and then choose a currency, and you'll just need to click on Create Pins, and then the ingestion of your product feed will start. And after 7 hours, you'll see all of your product pins. And once all your product pins are ready, just make sure that they are updated every day. So once your product feed has been ingested, under the status, you can see if it's active. So normally after 7 hours, that should be done. And then you can see the date of the last update, and the catalog tool on Pinterest updates your re-ingest, in a way, your product feed every 24 hours to make sure that any changes that you do on your product feed are also visible on the product pin that has been created. So if you change, for example, the price of a product in your product feed, then 24 hours later, it will be able to see that change on your product pin. And so the third step, when you're ingesting a product feed and using catalogs, is to go even a bit farther and try to reorganize all of your product pins into product groups. And to do that, you can use filters that are already available within the catalogs tool. So you can filter, as I mentioned a bit earlier, by product groups, by product type, product category, or brand, for example, but you can also customize some product groups on catalogs. And once you have all these product pins ready, after you ingested your product feed, you will see that there will be a new shop section on your business profile, and all of the product pins created will be visible under that shop tab. So your business profile will be more shoppable, and it will be the new face of your shop on Pinterest. And it's where pinners will be able to learn more about you and see what you can offer to them. But there are also other places editorially on Pinterest where pinners will be able to see your products. And something that we have launched really recently in the UK is related products. It allows the algorithm to feature similar shoppable products pins in local currency from safe-listed merchants as well, just right under the pin you're looking at. So just playing the little video now with the example of the brand Truva, where you can see that when you click on one of their product pin and scroll down a little bit, you can see this More to Shop section, where you will see all these similar shoppable products in the same currency from other safe-listed merchants. And so as a summary, because I know that's a lot of information to take today, the first step would be to ingest your product feed through catalogs, and then all of the product pins created through this feed will be available under your shop tab, your shop section on your business profile. And finally, these product pins will also be able to be featured on the related products feature. But keep your eyes peeled, because we are going to launch new shopping features in September 2020. And so we'll keep you posted with many more information to come by September. And so heading back to Mish for the frequently asked questions now.
Thank you, Maud. Okay, so thank you all for your attention and your interactions during the talk today. We'll take a look at any themes and questions that came up and follow up with some tips and tricks to ensure you get off to the best possible start with shopping on Pinterest. So here's a couple of questions that we often get asked once we've done this kind of presentation. So I'm going to whiz through them now just to see if we can answer some of your questions ahead of time. So the first question, Maud just touched on this, but I'll just delve into it a little bit more, is how often feeds are processed. So as Maud said, the first time you'll ingest your feed, that will take up to 7 hours to be ingested. But then our solution processes the feed every 24 hours to update any changes. That could be the price or description or imagery or what have you. And then your feed is dynamic after that. So it's 7 hours investment up front, but you don't have to do anything during that 7 hours. It magically uploads, and then once every 24 hours after. Next question we often get is around, can we upload digital items like service-based things like travel, for example? Only physical items can be ingested through a feed right now. So digital items like travel will not be able to be featured as products within Pinterest. So shoppable stuff that are physical items only. And then the next questions are, what's the difference around the Google feed and our feed on Pinterest? Maud touched on this again, but just to clarify, Pinterest aligns with the industry standards. Facebook and Google feeds will be very easy to convert to a Pinterest feed. Our specs are all aligned there. So if you've already got one of those, hopefully, then it will be a very quick pivot for you to be able to move it over to Pinterest. And then how about product shots? Like, you're going to be thinking about a mixture of product shots and also lifestyle content. Because Pinterest is such a visual platform, how do you bring your products to life actually in situ or whatever the product might be? So we would actually recommend a mixture of the two. So for example, you could create a board on Pinterest with a good mix of product shots and lifestyle images to make sure that your pinners see your products in action in situ. And one tip that we always say, it's a really great way to get these shots because you may or may not have them in your arsenal already. But collaborating with influencers or perhaps boutiques who are able to shoot your images of your products for you as part of a collaboration campaign is a really great way for you to bring them to life and to get different perhaps angles on those lifestyle shots. Okay, so that's been a lot of great information to get your brand set up to shop on Pinterest. And we're super excited to see what your shops and products look like on the platform. And also the team at Stylist are, of course, waiting to curate their favorite items as part of their digital pop-up shop, which will be seen by millions of Pinterest users. Good luck with your setup. This video recording is going to be sent via email later this week, so you can watch it again at your own pace if you need to pause as you're going through, along with your setup as needed. And you can find out more and ask questions over at business.pinterest.com. Thank you.
Thank you.